Okay, so I think I may have a bent shaft. It's probably just the little cone-shaped nut that comes with the motors, which are notoriously bad, but I haven't bothered to measure to see what kind of nut these shafts take yet, so I've been using them. One of them was definitely not turning straight, so I'm going to test these by using base flight to go ahead and run the motors one by one. First thing, make sure to do, I'm using an FTDI adapter that's 5 volt, 3.3 volt switchable, and I removed the jumper entirely so I don't have any voltage going to the Afro mini board through the FTDI because I want to run the motors up, so I have to have battery power, and running both at the same time you can fry the board. So we'll go ahead and power up my board. This is a coffee can full of coins that weighs a couple pounds. No props, we're not going anywhere, but I want it to be fairly stable so it doesn't move much while I'm testing. And we'll connect the USB up. I just have one of my daughter's little hair bands pulling pins against the nuts to hold this in contact because, well, I don't want to put pins on it. I want to keep this thing as light as possible. So it's not a great way to do it, but I'm doing it for now. Just being a little OCD, I'm going to calibrate my accelerometer because I see I'm not sitting flat. It kind of bugs me. A little better. Reacting pretty well there. Looks like I may have knocked my connection loose. Yeah, it happens with this kind of jury-rigged connection. Reconnect. Okay. We're good. So we'll come over to motor testing, check the box, and now we can run up our motors. Now I already did this, and I don't think I have a bent shaft like I thought I did that caused me to do this. I'm kind of testing them, and there was a little bit of jiggle right when they'd shut off. But I think that's just the whole quad shifting a bit. Either that or the whole bell on these is out of round. I don't have a dial indicator though. Well, I have one, but it's old and no longer accurate. It looks round. I think it's just the threads throwing my eye off. So I tested all of these. And it's odd, I notice base flight sometimes gets stuck at 1,000 still running my motors up. But they all look square to me here, which is good, because I was worried that they weren't. Though honestly right now, doing it again, this one, number 3, looks a little fuzzy at the top. So I may try swapping this one. Yeah, he may be just a little out around this one. There seems to be some run out at the end of that shaft. So I may have found my my problem with what was causing my wobbles. The other thing I found, though, is more interesting. Is number 4 back here. Wow. That does not sound the same. Again, here's the other 3. Whoa. 1, 2, and 3 all sound a little different, but they sound more or less the same. Number 4 does not sound good. Sounds a little growly. I'm looking at it now, it looks like he may be out around too. Yeah. So that, and possibly this, are most likely why I was having wobbles today during my testing. I'm going to swap this motor because I do have a spare. And when I bought these, one of the 4 motors wouldn't turn out of the box. There was some kind of metallic sandy grit stuck between the stator and the magnets, which took me almost an hour to clean out. So I'm pretty sure this was that motor. I have no way of telling for sure though, because I, for some brilliant reason, completely neglected to mark the motor that seemed bad out of the box. But you live and learn, and then forget to do it again and again and again before finally, hopefully, you really do learn. At least that's how it works for me. So, I'm going to swap that motor, and I don't know. Maybe the shaft on this one may be just a little out, maybe not, but I definitely think that doesn't look too bad. It sounded funny for a second there, though, I thought. But definitely the nuts I'm going to replace with just nylocks. I just need to grab the calipers and measure these and see what they actually are. I think they're M3, but I'm not sure. So, hopefully, after that, we'll fly a little better. Because it wasn't bad this morning, but definitely something was not right. And other than that, we're looking pretty good here. It's a fun little frame. It was definitely nimble in the air. And really easy on the wallet to build with these parts. So, we'll see how it goes. I don't like having my control board right on top here, because I can't mount my Mobius up there now. But I do still have the 4 holes here, so I could build a little stand that gets up over the props to hold the Mobius. And I'll probably do that so I can see how it does. But I got to work out these issues first, because those that motor 4 is definitely not a happy camper. It's not. We're not getting much going here. We're just getting a little bit of wobble in the Z-axis, it looks like, more than anything. Definitely the others are smoother. We're getting really nothing's registering on those. Barely anything. But that number 4, yeah, not happy. So, that's the plan. We'll replace that motor and see how it goes. Hopefully, we'll have Twitchity in the air and doing some flips and flying crazy really soon.